So there's been an article released today about Final Fantasy 15 that seems to suggest that there could be two battle systems implemented in Final Fantasy 15. Now what they said was, and it seems a bit strange to me, is that they said the two separate battle systems could work as a difficulty factor, basically insinuating that one particular way of playing would be a lot easier to another. Now, we're not really 100% sure what that means. It's not been clarified, so we don't know if that means what we've already seen from the demo, or if that's one of the options, and then another option potentially could be turn-based, which is obviously what most people would think in this situation, or whether it's what was in the demo and something even more, almost hack and slash, I suppose. So it's not really too obvious at the minute. But they said that it was based on the feedback that they got from the demo, and we're not going to even pronounce the name of the demo, so don't even get me to. Haven't actually played it all the way through, only played a little bit of it, but graphically it looks good, obviously, but I'm not a big fan of the battle system, as you probably well know. But I just really wanted to talk about the possibility of them actually putting a turn-based battle system in. Now, it would be a bit interesting to see how the two would work. I would think it would probably be a hybrid, so in between the two. So maybe sort of a little bit more turn-based than what Final Fantasy 13 was, I should have thought, which pains me a little bit because that's not exactly what I personally would be looking for in something that was turn-based. I think I'd probably prefer to play it the way it is rather than that. But it does make things quite interesting. I am waiting to hear more news about it. As you know, I'm pretty personally, I really want it. I would prefer it to be turn-based rather than what it's sort of become. It's just something that earlier on in the day, I was quite infuriated about, and I should have really done the video then because I felt very passionate about it at that moment. But I'm part of a group on Facebook where, we're linked up with fans of Final Fantasy, and there were people on there saying that, they wanted the combat, in relation to this article, that they wanted the combat to be more like God of War, or whatever. And it just leads me to think that surely, if that's how you view it, then you should go and play God of War. Final Fantasy is its own beast, and I think one of the things that makes it unique has been the combat system. For me, the turn-based combat system. And we're going to get Final Fantasy 9 re-released very soon. People will be buying that on Steam that perhaps have never even played it before. And, that to me is a good example of how the turn-based system has evolved. It evolved from 7 to 8, and then 9 I felt was a lot more fluid. Now there were options, of course, to sort of change that, but in terms of how it played, stuff actually went on while you were picking your move. That didn't happen as much in the previous games. I don't even think it happened at all in 7. Could be wrong, but the point is, it was a proper ATB system. And then, of course, in 9 we've got the free turn system. I believe that's what it's called. Could be wrong. But, that was perfectly fine as well. It was, it was still turn-based, so I find it worked really well. But it is quite interesting to see how they will implement it. I personally, now I've thought about it a bit more, do think it's probably going to be what we've already been given, and then a Final Fantasy 13 style, unfortunately. But like I say, it depends. I'll still be getting it, I'll be doing some videos on it and everything. But at the minute, I'm still a bit down with the cold, but I don't know, it's deflated me somewhat. It's good to hear, though, that they are thinking about it and that they do realise that these gripes exist, not just from myself, there are other people as well, believe it or not. And I suppose the thing I'm really looking forward to now is seeing how well Final Fantasy 9 does when it is released, which, according to Steam, nestles it in about 2 weeks' time from now. But I don't know any more than that. I can't really say any more. So if you are looking forward to pick that up, please do. It's a really good game. You know, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'll be picking it up, and if I've got time, I will hopefully be doing a playthrough or something on it. So you'll be able to see what it's like. Hopefully the port will be good. You know, they've not made, like I said previously, they had never made a game. They'd never made Final Fantasy IX as a PC port in the first place. So they would have had to do it they will have to have done it afresh. So hopefully we should miss out on some of the problems, especially 8 had. A lot of people seem to get that. Me, personally, I didn't, but yeah, people did. So there you go. Anyway, guys, thank you very much. Let me know what you guys think down below about the turn-based systems, or the fact of them trying to implement more than one. I think it's pretty ambitious, and we'll have to see really how it goes. Thank you very much for joining me. I'll see you all very soon. Thanks, guys.